They are tiny living things known as microorganisms. They cover on entire Earth. They live in a diet and deep in the sea. They float through the air and dive in the bodies of every living thing. They are not plants, not animals, not fragile. Instead of belong to a group of living things called monera, mons air earth.
Most bacteria are so small that if you put 10,000 of them in a row, they would measure only about an inch. And getting your hands on 10,000 bacteria is a snap. One bacterium can divide into a million bacteria in half a day. Of course, there always has to be an exception to every discovered lurking in the leaking. Flows muck over ocean bottom near the coast of Namibia in Africa. These are big guys, big enough that you can see them without using a microscope. Each is about the size of the pear at the end of this sentence. That may not seem huge, but in bacteria world, that's a King Kong of a germ.
What do bacteria love to do most of all? Munch. They munch on the oil in our skin and the partially digested dinner in our guts. They'll invade the flesh of a dead cow and the grease in your kitchen drain. They'll even take on a half-mile wide oil spill.
Most bacteria are totally cool little microbes, another name for microorganism. Some turn low switch into chemicals that help plants grow. Then there are the ones that specialize in devouring grease, eating pound scum, or lapping up those huge oil spills. Good bacteria such as these are actually sold out by laboratories around the world. Other good bacteria help break down animals' hides so they can be turned into shoes, handbags, brief cases, and those cool motorcycle jackets. Other ones are used to make vaccines, medicines, yogurt, and even tea.
Then these are the geeky bacteria, like the ones that create a stink in our armpits. They are not exactly harmful, but they sure are annoying. Finally, these are the bully bacteria that can make us sick by causing food poisoning, strep throat, pneumonia, diarrhea, and other big-time problems. They come in different shapes, just like the bullies at school. These are tall, skinny ones, round, fuzzy ones, spiral ones, and curvy ones. And just like the school bullies, they can make your life miserable.
One of the main ways that bully bacteria are spread is through bad hygiene. Translation: not washing your hands after you go to the bathroom. Remember that half of what your body is getting rid of when you poop is bacteria. Some of it is harmless, but some is not. As you wipe, bacteria can leap onto your hands. Once on your hands, the bacteria start to reproduce like crazy. If a person who works at the local burger joint doesn't wash, those bacteria creep into everything he handles. The burgers and fries and milkshakes, and before you can say, I think I gonna howl. You and everyone else who has the bad luck to eat there that day will be tossing cookies.
Other times, sickness starts when bacteria that live about one animal make the move to another. A perfectly healthy chicken's guts are growing with salmonella bacteria that help the chicken digest all that chicken feed. But when that same bacteria gets into intestines, disaster can strike. But you say, it's not like I am kissing a chicken. True, but chances are you are eating one. Undercooked chicken can give you salmonella. Even eating the uncooked egg that has been beaten into brownie batter can make you pretty sick, so don't lick that spoon.
Some non-living things, such as air conditioner, can hide bacteria stains. Certain types of these microbes adore the warm wetness that's created by air conditioner motors, and the air blowing from them propels millions of bacteria into the air and the lungs of whoever happens to be in the room. Before you know what's hit you, you'll be shaking with chills and flushed with a fever from Legionnaires' disease.
Fortunately, other living creatures, namely fungi, can beat the bully bacteria up. That's basically what that nasty pink stuff is that your doctor gives you for ear infections or strep throat. A mess of bigger, meaner creatures, kind of like a principal and the dean of students on the warpath. These antibiotics, that's what the pink stuff is called, destroy bacteria, and boy, are we grateful to them. There are only downside. They wipe out the good bacteria, those that break down food, along with the bad. That's why lots of us end up with the throats when we take antibiotics. But fear not, the good guy bacteria will be back, and you can even help bring them back faster by eating yogurt that contains active acidophilus cultures.
All living things rot, sometimes quickly, sometimes very, very slowly. Rotting is, believe it or not, a part of growing, of living. Without rotting, the corpses of everything that has died since life on Earth began would be piled up all over the place. Bacteria help make that rotting happen. Let's say that a caterpillar gets squashed on the street. A goner, like no heartbeat, no breathing, but the bacteria living on the caterpillar are still chugging along. They invade the tissue and alter the chemical makeup of that caterpillar, breaking it down into smaller and smaller bits until it disappears and is reabsorbed into the earth. So let's have a round of applause for those hard-working bacteria. If it weren't for them, you'd be stepping on a mile-high mound of dead bodies on your way to school every day.